Well, hello and welcome to a new video. Today I am going to rank the very few products I have from the brand Becca. Now, Becca has closed its doors. Some of their products are still available through Smashbox, I believe. I'm pretty sure that most of the ones I'm gonna share with you today are not available anymore, and honestly, for the most part, it's just as well. Let's start at the bottom. At number 6, I have the Ultimate Coverage Longwear Concealer. This is awful. This is truly awful. I don't know what happened, like how someone thought this was a great idea and how some people seem to enjoy it, because I went online very quickly to check out a few reviews and a lot of people seem to actually like it, which really doesn't make much sense to me. This is super heavy and thick. It's a little bit sticky. It goes into every line so quickly. It ages you 10 years just like that. And it's just so not flattering. It's not comfortable. I really don't understand. This is one of the few products that are more expensive in my collection that I'm like, you know what, I will get rid of this. You know, it's tough for me to get rid of any kind of makeup, but usually it will be a bit easier when it's very affordable makeup. Like if I spent €3 on a concealer and it doesn't work out, I'm like, oh, I'm fine giving that away. But this was like €20, I think. I got it on sale because it was pretty much around the time that Becca was announced to be closing. So I didn't actually pay 20 bucks for it, but still, this is more on the expensive side of things. And still, I'm like, I have no issue getting rid of this. I don't see how it can make this work for me or anyone for that matter. So this is the worst. From the same line, I also have the Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. Pretty much in the same way as the concealer. It's just a very thick formula. And you know me, I'm more of a full coverage kind of girl. I don't mind if a foundation is thick as long as it sits well on the skin, you know. But this is just, again, not very pretty. The reason why I like it a little more than the concealer is because this, I can see some people liking it, like the concealer, where I'm at a loss for words whenever I read people's opinion about how this concealer is amazing. This, I can get it. I could wear this and somehow make it work depending on what primer I use or what other product I mix it with or what powder I put on top of it. Like, I can still kind of make it work. The concealer, really, no way. But this, yeah, I can make an effort and make it look okay. At number 3, I have the Light Shifter Dewing Tint. This, as well as the concealer and foundation and the next item I'm going to show you, I all got these during a sale, so it was all like 50 or 70% off. I usually wouldn't go for a dewing tint like this. It's, like I said, I prefer a full coverage, but because it was like 70% off, I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And this summer I did try it one day, thinking, I have nothing to do, I'm just gonna stay home all day, I'm gonna try it out. And as soon as I put that on my face, I actually started filming because I looked like a disco ball, like you wouldn't believe. I still have that video up. It was so funny. I was like, what the hell is going on? I knew it was a dewy product, but that's shiny, metallic, disco ball central over here. I know some people do like it as well. I can see how some people might like it depending on their skin type and their preferred kind of coverage and finish. But I also do remember some people saying online in reviews, oh, it's a light glow, and I was like, there's nothing light about this. This, however, I am going to keep, and I know I'm going to find a way to use it, mostly by mixing it into high coverage foundations, maybe drier foundations, and I want to bring a little bit more light into it. I will use that, so it's not completely lost. But yeah, this on its own I cannot use. In the same line, again, I have the Light Shifter Finishing Veil. This is a finishing powder that's quite luminous. I really didn't like it at first. I think I'm starting to find a way to make it work. I have used it today. I must say it is slightly too dark for me at the moment. I still managed to put some of it on some parts of my face just to bring it a little bit of light. And it's fine. I don't hate it. I feel like it's something that I can use. It's just I don't think of using that enough. But this is a good finishing luminous powder. I still prefer the Hourglass, like the soft, shiny effect it has is a bit more pretty. I feel like I can't go wrong with the Hourglass, whereas this I have to be careful where I put it and what brush I apply it with. But this is nice. It's a nice powder if you like that kind of powder. At number 2, I have a face palette. You know me and face palettes. I never use them. They get lost in my drawer for some reason. So this is the Made with Love by Khloe. So in here you have a bronzer, 2 blushes, and a highlighter. So I have this bronzer and this blush on today. It's a nice palette. It's not going to be my favorite. The blushes for sure are luminous, just a slight too luminous for me. I still enjoy wearing them depending on what kind of makeup I'm going for. The bronzer is really nice because it has that satin finish where it's not completely matte and flat, but it's also not shimmery. The highlighter is nice. It's just I usually don't use this highlighter in particular, and you'll understand why a bit later. But this is a nice palette. Honestly, it's not going to be my most used because, like I said, palettes tend to disappear in my collection. But it was a good palette. And number 1, I feel like it's just so obvious. I'm going to talk about the highlighters from Becca. So I have 5 of these. I have a normal size of the Vanilla Quartz, which I'm going to show you. It's a very light one with a bit of like yellow gold reflects. I have the Rosé Glow that was sold in a set with a Glam Glow mask, if I remember correctly. I have Opal, which is a bit more cool toned. Moonstone, which is a bit more soft of a highlight. And Champagne Pop, which I have on my cheeks today. This is such a cult favorite shade from the Becca highlighter range. It is no surprise that these highlighters, well, maybe not all of them, but I believe most of those shades are still available, like I said, through Smashbox. If you don't own any, I think you should. They really put highlighters on the map. Their formula is just so gorgeous because it's, for some of those shades, it's definitely an out there highlighter, but it's still very pretty on the skin. It's not exaggerating textures or pores, and it's just, I know that nowadays we have so many different highlighters, so many different formulas, so many different finishes, and you can definitely find a good highlight without having to go to Becca, for sure. But still, if you haven't tried these yet, I think you should. And that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel because it's free, so why wouldn't you? And I will see you guys next time. Bye.